Princess Freckles Saves Christmas, a stuffed wombat production.
This is the Shirehampton Stuffed Wombat Society with their performance of Princess Freckles Saves Christmas. Our story...
Ho, ho, ho! No time for that. Just listen, dear friends.
Good grief, have you seen the minibar prices?
No.
See for yourself.
Blimey, that's ridiculous. £20 for a beer? Not a particularly good one at that.
I'd make us a cup of tea, but there isn't a kettle.
Well, at least there's water in the tap.
True. Still, we're not here for the food, are we?
I suppose you're right.
By the way, what's the weather forecast for tonight? Any chance the skies will be clear?
Hang on, I'll check. Oh, no, cloudy again.
Typical, isn't it? We come all the way to Tromso to see the Northern Lights, and it's cloudy every single sodding evening. Blooming typical.
Oh well, it looks like it's going to be another night in then. I don't think we can afford to visit the pub again. What's on the telly?
Most of the programmes are in Norwegian, according to the TV guide. If we're lucky, they might be subtitled.
I don't think I could be bothered with that.
Oh, hang on, they've got that new British Court TV channel.
Why would we want to watch that? It's just going to be full of ne'er-do-wells who've been hauled up for breach of the peace or some other minor misdemeanour.
Well, it's that or subtitled Scandi Noir.
OK, put it on then.
List of charges. Exceeding the speed limit in a built-up area. Exceeding local noise level limits. Driving whilst over the legal alcohol limit.
Ho, ho, ho!
Failure to submit company accounts. Importing goods from the EU without correct documentation.
Ho, ho, ho!
Breaking and entering. Illegal surveillance of minors.
Ho, ho, ho!
Unlicensed genetic engineering. Animal cruelty and 1 count of modern-day slavery.
Ho, ho, ho!
Mr. Claus, may I remind you of the seriousness of these charges? If you continue to make light of them, I will be forced to have you charged with contempt of court.
Ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho!
Mug? Was that really...
Father Christmas.
Where's the public good in putting Santa on trial?
I suppose a successful prosecution would benefit the overall police crime detection statistics. But you're right. I can't see any public good coming out of it.
And how can they possibly justify those charges?
Well, I guess Santa's sleigh must be pretty nippy to complete his deliveries in a single night. Perhaps he set off a speed camera. It probably created a sonic boom too.
But the driving while over the limit bit? How would the police know?
Perhaps someone tipped the police off. He could have been caught in the act of delivering presents. Technically, coming down the chimney could be construed as breaking and entering. The police could have breathalyzed him there and then. I mean, a cup of sherry's and he'd be done for.
True. It would mean the case has taken a year to come to trial. But what's all this about illegal surveillance?
Well, suppose the police wanted to know what he was doing. He's probably explained that he's simply delivering presents to children who have been good. Their next question's bound to be, how do you know they've been good? To which Santa's replied that he's been monitoring their behaviour. Pretty darn incriminating.
Poor Santa.
The genetic engineering charge is pretty clear-cut, though. Flying reindeer aren't exactly normal, and making them pull a sleigh which must weigh several million tons is a clear case of cruelty.
So how does modern-day slavery come into this?
Someone must have claimed that one of Santa's elves is paid less than the minimum wage. I mean, that's probably true too, but if Santa had to pay his staff and buy the presents... Hang on, where does all the money for this come from?
Yes, that is a bit of a puzzle. Anyway, setting that aside, the world's gone mad.
Too right. How are we going to get our Christmas presents without good old Santa?
Indeed, and why would anyone want to have Santa Claus put away?
I don't know, but I smell a rat.
Sorry, that would be the beans I had for... yes, I see what you mean. Mug, What'll happen to all the presents that Santa was going to deliver on Christmas Eve?
Good question. I suppose they're all wrapped up and stored at Santa's lair. What is the right term for Santa's workshop and distribution hub?
I think grotto is the usual term.
Ah, yes. That's a lot of capital locked up somewhere, not to mention the hopes and dreams of countless children. There must be something we can do.
Well, if we found his grotto, we could try to distribute them.
What, you mean entrust millions of presents to the commercial parcel delivery companies? I've lost count of the times they've delivered my stuff late or to the wrong house. That's not going to work.
You're right, but what options do we have?
I think the best thing we can do is to find out who's behind this and clear Santa's name.
I'm with you, old boy. What's the plan?
I haven't thought of one yet. Let's sleep on it and try to come up with something.
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong, verily the sky is riven with angels singing.
That was an inspired idea to come to Lapland, Zung.
Thank you, old boy. Actually, truth be told, I read about these Santa-themed tours in a travel brochure at the airport on the way out to Tromsø. I only remember them when I was enjoying my morning cuppa.
I doubt the locals are going to let on where Santa's real grotto is, even if they did know. I mean, I expect it's hidden deep in a forest somewhere, or protected by some ancient pagan magic. I think we should book one of these Santa sleigh ride tours and see if we can pump the tour guides for information. Zung, are you listening?
Sorry, what?
I said we should book to go on one of these Santa tours.
Oh, yes, right. I got distracted by this advert on the computer. I seem to have had rather a lot of them over the past 24 hours.
What's it for?
Just some company offering cut-price Christmas presents.
The company wouldn't be called Rudolph Sables, would it?
Yes. Why, do you know them?
No, but I've been getting the same adverts.
I guess they're desperate to drum up business given the economic downturn. Perhaps they've been caught with too much stock.
Indeed. Now let's get this Santa tour booked sharpish. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow, and if we really want to help, we need to do something ASAP.
O come, O ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. O come and behold him, born the King of angels. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come,
Crumbs, it's absolutely Baltic on this sleigh. I think I'll have to warm the old chestnuts by the fire later on, if you get my drift.
Well, I did say you ought to wear something insulating, like a good thick jumper and some thermal underwear, not a highly conductive suit of armour.
Could you ask the tour guide if it's much further? I think my jaw's locking up too.
Hang on a sec. Excuse me, miss, is it much further?
Oh, not long. It's in the trees up ahead.
Thanks. Your English is amazing. Not a hint of a Finnish accent. Where did you learn it?
Guildford.
Did you go to university there?
No, I was born there. This is just a temporary job.
So you're not local?
No, this is my first day.
Bugger!
Would I be right in thinking you don't know much about the area then?
Not really. They told me that my job is to accompany you to Santa's Grotto and the reindeer park. I have to help sell the Santa merchandise and reindeer feed, and, if you're an adult, direct you to the Santa bar. The company said that most of the customers would be parents with small children, and that I'd make a fortune in tips and commission.
You've not done this sort of thing before, have you?
No, how did you know?
Oh, just a hunch.
Here we are. Where would you like to start?
Bar!
Good King Wenceslas last looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even.
Thank heavens for this log fire, though the small puddle of water at my feet is slightly embarrassing.
Yes, it does look like you've had a little accident. A small price to pay to avoid frostbite in your extremities, I suppose.
True. Moving on, I think we should at least go and see the reindeer before we head back, but let's give the grotto a miss. It looks jolly tacky.
OK, we're probably too big to sit on Santa's knee anyway. There's probably some EU work directive about maximum loading on Santa's legs too. Come on.
Crikey, it's flipping dark even with the fairy lights around the reindeer enclosure.
Yes. Whoa! Oof!
Mugg, are you okay?
Yes, fine, thanks. I tripped on that log in the snow.
Ow!
What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like that log spoke.
Can you shine your iPhone torch on it?
Sure. There you go.
That's a strange-looking log. It looks like it's been sharpened at one end. No, wait, that's a pointy hat.
It's moving.
Help!
Crumbs. It looks like someone of smaller stature dressed up in an elf's costume. It must be one of the staff of the grotto.
Give me a hand, Zung. Let's help the poor thing up.
My word, he looks ancient.
Santa?
Come on, old chap. Let's get you into the bar and get you warmed up.
No! Must help Santa!
I don't think you're in any condition to go back to work in that grotto over there. It wouldn't be good for your elf.
Is this the time to be making jokes?
This way. No, wait.
Oi, the bar is this way.
No, follow. Help Santa.
He's heading into the forest. He'll die of hypothermia if we let him go that way.
Wait, Mugg, what about the tour? What if we miss the sleigh home?
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong, verily the sky is riven with angels singing.
Admit it, this was a stupid idea. I think it's time to head back.
We can't. We're completely lost.
Can't you get us out of here using GPS and that map thing on your phone?
That's the strange thing. When I bring up Google Maps, it shows some random place in Lapland for a second, then seems to change its mind and pick another location.
Oh, Lummy, what do we do now?
Santa's friends, help!
Hey, it's the elf again, and he's pointing at something over to the right. That's weird. Do you see some sort of ghostly building in that direction?
My word, you're right. Quick, let's try and get to it before we freeze to death.
Well, that wasn't at all easy. Every time it looked like it was straight ahead, it suddenly seemed to disappear. If it wasn't for the elf, we'd never have made it.
Santa's friends, beware, naughty man.
What's he pointing at now?
Probably that big new sign. Oh, look, it says Rudolph Sable's Industries.
Wait, you mean the one who's been advertising those cheap presents for sale?
The very same. Unless he has a twin brother, of course. Why does that name seem to ring a bell?
No idea.
Oh, he's pointing at the sign again.
Batman!
If you say so. I can't see any doors on, can you?
No.
How do we get in?
Look at Ada!
Pardon? Oh, where did that door come from?
Follow!
My pleasure.
Wow, it's like an Amazon distribution centre, but on steroids. It's absolutely vast.
Look at all those stacks of presents.
Hide!
Zung, over here, quick, get down.
What is it?
He's pointing at that room at the top of the stairs over there. It looks like a control room of sorts.
Batman! Trick Santa!
You know I said that name seemed to ring a bell?
Yes, why?
Because, unless I'm very much mistaken, the bad man, as our friend calls him, is none other than Adolf Brussel. Yes, Rudolph Sables is simply an anagram.
The fiend! So he must have had Santa arrested on some trumped-up charges and then proceeded to try and sell all those presents for his own personal gain.
Quiet! Batman coming down!
Where's he going?
Let's follow him and find out.
Is that what I think it is, Mugg?
If you're thinking it's Santa's sleigh, then yes. It looks a lot more high-tech than I imagined it would. I mean, I expected it to be wooden with reins, not metallic with a dashboard that wouldn't look out of place in NASA's Mission Control Center.
And is that another one next to it?
It would appear so. I guess even Santa needs a backup in case of breakdowns. He wouldn't want to disappoint all those children, would he? Look, Brussels leading those reindeer into that archway behind the sleighs. Come on, you stupid animals. Right, which one of you is Rudolph? Ah, well done, Santa. He's put your names on your harnesses. Right, so you're Dasher, you're Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, Rudolph. Typical, always the last one. Right, quickly, line up. What's he planning? Is he going to deliver the presents after all?
I think that would be out of character. Perhaps he's off for a joyride.
Now, let's see how this works. Where is the on switch? Ah, right, there we go. Right, no, I don't want to check for software upgrades. Yes, optimize flight paths. Load cargo? No, absolutely not. Yes, I'm sure I do not want to load cargo. How would I store all the loot if the hold is full of presents? Yes, done. Come on, let's get going. Yes, engage quantum superposition drive. And off we go. I think that answers our question. He's doing a reverse Santa.
It's thievery on a global scale.
Bad man, very, very bad man.
Too right. But what are we going to do?
Follow.
What?
Follow.
What's the elf pointing at? Oh, of course. We can use the backup sleigh. If Brussels can operate one, so can we. But aren't we going to need some reindeer?
Wait, I fetch.
Crumbs, that was quick. Which reindeer have we got?
I'm afraid it's definitely the B team with these names. Slasher, Chancer, Glancer, Nixon, Summit, Stupid, Connor and Shitson.
We've got no choice, old boy. Come on, my little friend, get in.
That's jolly polite of you, old boy.
I was talking to our elf friend here.
No, stay. God.
OK, Zung, get in, but keep your hands off the control panel. I don't want us ending up on Mars. Right. Engaging flight pan in 3, 2, 1, go!
Joyful and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem. O come and behold him, born the King of angels. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come.
Oh, we do feel weird, like I've come over all schizophrenic.
It must be the superposition drive. We're probably having the same conversation on every rooftop right now.
What, you mean we've been salami sliced into multiple copies of ourselves?
How else would Santa deliver all the presents? Doing them sequentially would take hundreds, if not thousands of years. By splitting himself into multiple Santas, he can make his deliveries in parallel. Of course, Brussels is robbing people instead. It also means that each sleigh only has to carry a single present when it lands on a roof, instead of a multi-megaton payload. The same will be true with the items that Brussels steals until he returns to Santa's workshop, where they'll be aggregated again.
So, how are we going to stop all these Brussels clones?
Well, catch him, tie him up, and hand him over to the police, of course.
But if I've understood what you said, there are millions, possibly billions of him. How are the two of us going to catch that many out of Brussels?
You're forgetting all those salami-sliced copies of us, as you described them.
Crumbs, yes, I didn't really appreciate what that would actually mean when I said it. But what if someone sees us? Won't they call the police?
If any instance of ourselves is observed, then our superposition will collapse into a single observed Mugg and Zung. If that happens, we wouldn't have a hope of catching all those millions of Brussels.
Well, we better all get to work then, and pronto.
Indeed. Now, where are we?
Goodness, jolly high up. Is that a weather vane on the chimney? I don't think this is a council house, you know.
You're right. It's very grand, wherever it is. Hang on, I recognise that weather vane. It's the salmon one on Tutenonde Castle.
So it is. Mugg, how are we going to get in? It's an awfully long way to the ground, and we don't have a ladder or a rope. Of course, it goes without saying that both of us are too large to squeeze down the chimney.
True. Santa must have some sort of techno-wizardry to get him in. Ooh, what's that popping out of the console? Let's have a look. It's got a couple of buttons on it, but no instructions.
Mugg? He's gone. You're back.
As I suspected. It's a simple location toggle switch. One button to enter, one to leave. Nice. Come on, Zung, let's go catch Brussels.
Good King Wenceslas last looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even.
What? Hello? Who's there? It sounds like there's someone downstairs. I wonder if that's Mama raiding the fridge again. Oh, I forgot. It's Christmas Eve. It must be Father Christmas. Ooh, I hope he's brought me the deluxe 3D printed Settlers of Catan that I asked for. I better go and check. I don't want any random charity shop crap.
You okay, Zung?
Yes, but that chimney transit device has brought me out in goosebumps. Where are we?
Looks like the kitchen. We must have come down the Arga flue.
Where do you think Brussels is?
Probably in the dining room. Remember that tour we did when we first met Jan Heuvel van Vruchten?
Yes.
Well, if memory serves, there was a lot of silverware in there. Come on. Well. If it isn't the dining room at Tutenonde Castle. Look at all those paintings, and so much silverware too. Adolf, you have hit the jackpot. Right, focus. Pick the highest value items and let's get out of here quick. I'll just leave this device here while I take a look round. Look, Zung, at the other end of the room. It's Brussels.
Yes, but what do we do?
I have an idea. Why don't you sneak back down the corridor and grab one of the helmets off one of the suits of armour we passed?
Why?
If you put it on, you'll have a complete suit. You could stand at this end of the room and try and surprise him when he comes this way. While he's disoriented, I'll try and jump him.
Okay.
Quick! Where's Eva when you need her? I don't know a blooming Bruegel from a Bosch. That painting looks old, but is it valuable? What about these miniatures next to this tatty old suit of armour?
Boo!
What's going on? Mama, is that you?
Damn it, where's the transport device?
Adolf Brussels. It's you again. Right. Don't move.
Or what?
I'll shoot.
And kill me in cold blood? I don't think so.
Who said anything about shooting you?
Oof! Great shot, Princess. Targeting the chandelier chain to bring it down was a stroke of genius. It's not Brussels out cold. I hope the chandelier wasn't expensive.
It's a cheap replica. It might even be from IKEA.
Zung, come on, give me a hand to tie Brussels up. Princess, it's up to you to save Christmas.
How?
Grab that device over there on the table and get back to Santa's sleigh.
What?
Zung, you go with the princess. The princess observed us, so there's only one of each of us now. You, me and Brussels. Get back to Santa's grotto and see if our elf friend can help you reconfigure the sleigh to make a single journey to the police station where Santa's being held. You can use the transit device to spring Santa from jail too. You better hurry though. Christmas Day is almost upon us.
I'm on it, old boy. Come on, Princess. We haven't got a moment to lose. I hope you've got a head for heights. See you back at the hotel, Mugg.
Okay. Right, Adolf Brussels. Next stop, Wormwood Scrubs.
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong, verily the sky is riven with angels.
Goodness me, what time is it? Mug, wake up, it's Christmas Day. We need to return Santa's sleigh to his grotto pronto. I'm not sure it'll go unnoticed on the hotel roof for too long.
What?
I said it's Christmas Day. Oh, where's the transit device? I'm sure I left it on the table.
I haven't got it. Hey, look, by the door. It's a box with a bow on it.
I say, it's jolly festive. Ah, and there's a note on it too.
What's it say?
It says, "My elf has collected the backup sleigh. Happy Christmas, and thanks for all the help, Santa."
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's open it.
I say, it's from Harrods.
That's Christmas dinner sorted then.
Yes, a deluxe can of baked beans. Who could ask for anything more?
Indeed. Happy Christmas, Zung.
Princess Freckles Saves Christmas was written by Tim Reed and starred Richard Hall as the announcer, Santa and Dick Zung. Tim Reed was Timothy Mugg and Adolph Brussel. Beth McCann was the carol singer. Sarah Gorton was the court official. John Mountjoy was the judge. Ailish Fowler was the tour guide. Freddie Gorton was the elf. And Hazel Hall was Princess Freckles. Sound effects were found under a Christmas tree, and it was a stuffed wombat production.